This storm has passed, and I'm finally able to get back out today on this beautiful, still Juneteenth day. So I'm out here encouraging all my brothers, all you men out here, especially those over 50, to come out and let's get healthy together. So I'm probably going to walk about 4 miles today. At least I'm going to try. It's a start. I got more comfortable shoes. Last time I did this, I made a mistake and left my truck in the back of the park, and I had Uber drop me off, and all my work clothes, nice work clothes, and a big backpack, thinking I was getting ready to get dropped off to my truck, and by golly, I was in the wrong spot. I know, by golly is a weird word, but sounds good to me. All right, so we're gonna walk down by the water. It looks like the storm is gone, and I'll be able to walk. I got a battery pack today. Yesterday, I lost some of you all because my phone died, but we're gonna try this again today. Enjoy this. I probably got about 3 hours before I lose light, so this is perfect time. This could have been really hot, but this is going to be a nice day. Welcome, hello. Just out getting healthy, trying to start this walk. Thank you for joining. I can't quite see who's on now, but thank you for joining me anyways. Uh, no matter who comes on, how short you come on, I appreciate the time you spent pressing the button to come on. Please like and share and subscribe if you haven't. And keep up as I transition not only, which is important, my careers, my economic impact, my philanthropic impact to community. None of that is important when your body is not in place. And so that's why I'm reaching out to men over 50 to say, hey, if we're going to be that rock in our community, if we're going to be that rock in our families, if we're going to be that person that's holding things together in our families, one thing we can't neglect is our health. And that's something I have been doing for years. Hello, I have been neglecting my health for years, but not anymore. So uh, thank you for coming on. Thank you all for coming on. I'm actually walking further for some of you who may have joined me earlier. I'm actually walking a little bit further. This is Dr. Portier here, and my goal is to encourage men to get off the couches. You do such great work. Now, not that I'm not excited about our women and thing, but this is a brotherhood, the brotherhood thing. Hi. Oh, I can see your post now. I couldn't see it before. Why don't you consider becoming a Muslim? That's pretty different question. I don't know. Uh, I'm not really. I've been a Christian and in church since 1972, and so I'm not as religious anymore. Hey, how you doing? Chicken Run too. I'm not as religious. Hi. Hey. I can't really see this, y'all. I'm over 54, which is not old, but one thing that did go when I left my 40s was my vision. So I can't really see. 1972. That's right. Good. That's some quick math. Yeah. So yeah, I've I lost the vision. I don't see as well, so I can't really read your name. So I apologize, but know that my heart is really into welcoming you to the page. But yeah, I'm out here trying to. I got 9 grandkids, and I be trying to play with them, and I started getting tired too fast. I was like, nope, time to get up. It's bad enough they can beat me running, but the little short distance, I shouldn't be tired and ready to go to bed already. So that's I work 5 days a week sitting in a chair. I said, you know what? Let's get up. If I'm gonna spend 5 days a week for someone's job, um, how about I spend some of that same time for myself? And so I'm up and at it. I'm getting out and celebrating. As y'all can see, let me see if you can see this. The weather has turned out great. So we're going to do this hiking for health initiative. I just came up with it. It sounded catchy. But this hiking for health initiative for men over 50. Now, if you want to join me and you're a lady and you're under 50 and you're a man, come on. I'm not turning anybody down. I just need the encouragement. I want you all to let's be encouragers to each other. Let's go out and let's set up these group hikes. I met a gentleman today who was from Australia, so our times are different. So the chances of us being able to hike at the same time very slim. But we can all pick times where we can hike together. So thank you all for joining us again out here at Cedar Hill State Park. You'll see a difference. Right now, we're surrounded by a bunch of trees. I'm going down here to see who's down by the water, down by the riverside. I can use that. And then I'm going to walk, probably do about 4 miles. Now, I said that with a good heart, but my legs are starting to sting already. And I don't even think I did a quarter of a mile yet. So I'm probably going to get down here by the water and grab a seat, and then I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do the walk today, so thank y'all for the encouragement. Thank y'all for coming on. Please like and share. It's hard for me to say that because I want to be genuine, but I'm trying to grow this channel too. And I want to, if you can share if you know a man over 50, my mission initiative also is to encourage men who's fallen. I had a nice career back in the days as a law enforcement officer. I was growing pretty big, doing good when I was a Marine, and I lost all of that. When I lost that, my life was like, to me, zero. I didn't really have much that I felt worthy of. And so for almost 20 something years, I sat around with a spiritual violin, playing violin for myself. And finally, it was a guy who fell into some hard times with me, was like, that I know, he didn't fall at times with me, was like, man, cut that out. You have a lot to give back. And because he said that, now I'm doing the same thing for other people. And so my life has transitioned and is still transitioning for the better. And I'm able to, help and encourage other people. I'm a completely different person, and most of my family and friends who knew me from back home know that. And that is why I tell people, not only work on your day-to-day life, work on your health. I had a health scare one time and left me in the hospital for 4 days, y'all. Here I am just thinking I was tired, I'm just tired. And wife dropped me off to the hospital thinking I'm gonna go in here and just, oh, your blood pressure high or something. And then find out about pre-diabetes and cholesterol. What is all this stuff? I was in my 40s, and I always heard people say sugar. You got high sugar. I didn't know what that was. And so when these people started talking about high cholesterol and high blood pressure and pre-diabetes, and me, once again, I was in film production. I was sitting around. We were staying up all night. It was cool to be in the studio all night, sleeping, you know, at the studio, just whatever it was. We were just chilling, not realizing that, hey, my waist went from a 20 something and now I'm almost in 40 something. It's like, wait a minute, where did that happen? Well, we were paying attention to what we thought was important. I hate to ramble, so I'll be quiet a little bit, but I just want y'all to understand how important it is to figure out where you are. I'm not saying go down to the doctor. I'm not saying might be a mosquito. Not saying run down to the doctor. It might be some natural ways like I do. And that's not advice telling you not to go to the doctor. Point being, at least find out. Whether that is changing your diet, getting out walking, maybe a quarter of a mile. Maybe it's, a couple of feet every day while around your room. I live in a tent. I've been living in the tent for 3 years now. And so, yeah, changed my life on purpose living in a tent. I know I told one of my friends that the other day, and they felt so sorry for me. And I didn't know why their attitude changed. It's like, you know, they finna offer me a contract for something. They figured I couldn't do the contract because I was living in a tent. And I'm like, what are they talking about? But mindsets from the older people are different. When they heard tent, they thought I was homeless. I'm like, no, it's far from it. We chose to move and live life off the grid for. I wouldn't say off the grid because we still have power. These tents, these campsites come with uh, water spigots. So sort of off the grid, sort of not. But when you live in a tent, for 3 years, you experience a lot of things. We experienced heat. We experienced snowstorms. We experienced lightning, rain, wind. We basically were blessed to still be here because we woke up one morning and all of our plugs were underwater. How did we not become electrocuted? Your guess is better than mine. It must be one of those things where God was looking out for us. My son, I went in his tent one time because he's 19 now, but he's 18 at the time. Woke up and I just so happened to come. I think I was out of town. I came home early and went in my son's tent. He's sleeping. His hand is just above the water, and his plug is completely submerged. And so, it's like we had to plan different. And this was all a learning stage. We didn't understand about camping and how to camp safely. And so we had to put measures in place. And so after 3 years, you pretty much learn a trick. I wouldn't say I'm Grizzly Adams and I know everything about camping and I'm a camping professional. But I can tell you from trial and error what not to do. I can tell you that. We've woken up with this same backpack right here. You can see it. Woke up, turned my light on, and I think because I had my backpack outside, right where this shoulder strap was a scorpion curled up in there. And that was another lesson we learned. So you got to be careful what you leave outside. We woke up and one of the largest tarantulas I've ever seen was on the top of our tent, doing nothing wrong, not trying to attack us. It wasn't no arachnophobia type movie. But we do understand that here in Texas brown tarantula is not poisonous and not truly harmful to humans. But we did change some ways. We didn't keep clothes outside and uh, almost stepped on a rattlesnake. All these things, they happen. It's just a part of nature. But it didn't deter us from this new lifestyle that we love. A couple of incidents in 3 years, not even 3 days, not even 10 hours of incidents is not going to change this new lifestyle. I had more problem living in the city of Dallas, uh, in our community we lived in, than I have out here. So no one can convince me that this hasn't changed my life in a positive way. Now, I said all that to those that may still on here. If anybody listened to that whole speech I just gave, I'm back hiking again, so I'll show y'all the park. During my hikes, I will at times encourage people. That's what I do. Haven't been on this road a long time, but 54 years is enough to go through some things to say, I can give you a encouraging word here and there. A lot of people ask me what my doctorate degree is in. It's in ministerial leadership. It's in something that I hold dearly. I'm not as religious anymore. When I say religious, I mean I don't beat people over the head. But what I do is encourage people from biblical principles, not beat down principles. You know, biblical principles where I'm happy that I'm still here myself, so I'm not here. This is not a judgment page. I hope we all together make it in. And if you ever want prayer or if you ever want to talk to me about that, oh yeah, I'm ready for it. But my goal is, sorry y'all, people calling my phone, messing up live. I apologize for that. But yeah, let's walk. I did enough talking. We're almost there. I'm doing pretty good. My legs were stinging at first. And in this in the park, I am going to lose you in some places because we're in a hilly area. They call it Cedar Hill for a reason. And these hills sometimes, I guess, block the connection. Don't you fall on these people on YouTube now. Embarrass yourself out here because this sidewalk's so slippery. But yeah, I'm here at the park. And thank you all for joining me. This is the initiative, Hiking for Health, that we're doing. I guess it's a hint I need to go this way. It's pretty muddy over there, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty muddy. Right,
yeah, I better go and take this route this way. Yeah, I don't have no shame to go around. I don't want to be falling on the live. Yeah. Hey, I, I do an initiative called, Hiking for Health, where I'm encouraging guys to get out and get in shape. And so, hey, I found out the hard way. I got 9 grandkids and they outrun me every time, so I got to do better.
Whatever works though.
Yes, sir. Well, bless you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, so people out here, you can see they're out here playing in the water. Beautiful day. It rained for a while, and so this place usually packed on a day like this. It did rain for a good bit, and so it's not as packed as it would be, especially on a holiday. Yeah, see, people throw the music on, they're jamming out here. Well, that sounds so good. Well, I like that. Yeah, see y'all. Hey, a random, look at here. Hope it ain't poison. A random guitar pick. Isn't that something? Just walking around, I see a random guitar pick. I'm a musician, so I get excited about things like that. So I wonder maybe y'all can tell me who's Ernie Ball. And I'm sure I might be dating myself or undating myself or not knowing who this musician is. But respect to Mr. Ernie, he got his own guitar pick. So families out here. And I think as it drives, more families will come. It's usually thick out here, especially on Juneteenth. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Those who want to stick around, I'm actually going to use this time to walk all the way to the front gate, buy me a bottle of water. Um, I might buy me some logs that I'll have to walk back to my campsite. And, I'm out here by myself this weekend, so my wife get back in town. Buy some logs. But, do me a favor, y'all. Like and subscribe, please. Share, like and subscribe. Hiking for Health initiative. Been there before. I found out by accident that I had some issues at the time. But, I've since learned my lesson. And guess what, y'all? I continue to learn my lesson because sometimes I get lazy and fall back into the trap. But we're going to keep hiking for health. So please like and share. If you know a man over 50, and maybe your dad, your granddad, your great granddad, share with them and ask them to join Dr. Portier as he hikes for health. And maybe they encourage me. I met a gentleman today from Australia. Said he exercised 6 days a week. By God. And I turned this thing off and I didn't get a chance to follow him. But I want to try to get back with that brother so he can encourage me for those six days a week as well. So I see families are starting to come. Like their tent was damaged because of the storm. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably I don't know. I wish there was a way to keep up the miles while you're on YouTube, so y'all could travel with me. but I could say probably close to a mile. I'm not quite sure. Some of you who have been with me, you probably know how far I've walked. So somebody got a jet ski that's sitting. I hope he ain't run out of gas. Poor brother. So thank y'all for joining. Man, it must be nice, man. Can just park. Must be nice to be able to park and come relax. I like that. You can't beat that. This brother, y'all, this brother parked this jet ski over here and over here chilling. I like that. Guess that beat a car any day. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. That's pretty cool, y'all. Come out and sit back and relax. I'm going around. If you see me going on the path here, a lot of this sidewalk had mud come on it. I've seen that same concept, y'all. If you ever been to um, Bayside in Miami, you know, people come park their boats up to the Bayside and get out and have a good time and ride their boats back home. That is so nice. So if y'all remember me in prayer, remember Brother Coy, that I can do that one day. I just want to drive a boat to Bayside or Cocoa Walk or the landing in Jacksonville, get out, shop, get me something to eat, and just drive the boat back home. That's all I want to do. That was so. My friend of mine had a boat and they did that. I'm just talking while y'all walk with me. I'm trying to do this 4 miles a day, and I will accidentally probably decrease them while I'm talking because I'm so out of shape. Um, but a friend of mine picked me up in a boat. We went down the Bayside. One of the greatest times I could say in my life. That was in my 20s, so that was 20 something years ago that I get a chance to see Miami from the water. Oh, so beautiful. We did get stopped by the Coast Guard, and they were really nice. I'm just like, you guys are brave. They came and put their boat right beside us and just walked onto our boat, checked all our licenses. Y'all guys have a good day. I didn't even see them. You seem like they just came out of nowhere. Hey, I'm a storyteller, so I love stories. So as y'all join me and share and like the page, you'll see that Brother Coy always going to have a good story or two. Any luck? Anything? Okay. I like your setup. I like your setup. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I'll be talking to everybody. Y'all got to forgive me. Not only am I a storyteller, I'm a talker. If you're going to say something back to me, believe me, I'm talking. That's just what I do. I think I got that from my dad. I don't know if I got too much from him, but that's one thing I did get from him. I'm going to talk to anybody. So, there's a lot of people out here fishing. I know y'all try to see me. Let me see, there's people out here fishing and so nice. It turned out to be a great day. It's a little rainy, a little muddy, but it's and you can see some people. They know what they're doing. Like when I get out there, I've been blessed to pick up some big fish, but you can just you can just see somebody and tell they know what they're doing. Did he get something? Oh no, I'm not walking through that. Y'all not about to be laughing at me out here as I slip. Oh, I just say I thought she got some. How we doing, sir?
All right, how's it going?
All right. I'll come back when you get something so we can have a fish fry out here or something.
I know that's right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so they out here. Good stuff. And if you look, my office is way over there. If you can see my hand, like even as far as you can see around that curve, my office is there. So when I used to live in a tent in this general area, I used to walk to work, but now my tent is way over there. I haven't made it to that point yet. Eventually, I want to make it to where I can walk to my office every day. But until that time, right now, y'all, I'm gonna have to drive there. So good stuff. Good stuff. How y'all doing? Good. How are you? We're making it. Making it. Thank you. Yeah. So almost there, guys. I'm gonna walk to the front gate, see if they're open. One thing about state park employees, there's a rare moment when the front office is shut. I know you say, what's a holiday? You know, with state parks being open, there's a rare moment when there's nobody at the front gate. And so I'll find out today because I'm going to walk up there and see if I can get me a water. And then maybe I'll continue walking. Maybe I'll turn around and go back. I just, if y'all know how, anybody can come and tell me how I could keep, is there some kind of app that I can add to YouTube that'll show me mileage? And not that may be something AI y'all want to create. It's some for people who's doing hiking. If they can have something that'll come up and be seen on YouTube while they're hiking, is there is an app for that? And so we'll see. I definitely want to encourage these men over 50 to get out and walk, and I think that would be a real good incentive for them to be able to see themselves getting those miles in, getting those footsteps in. People way over there fishing. If I had my other car, I would ride to my office. I don't and get my fishing pole and come out here and sit for a while. You can see where the signs that let you know how the water came up. Those signs there, a lot of times you can see the bottom of them. But we had a lot of rain in a short period of time. So if you're joining us, please, 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 I'm trying to grow this page to encourage you. Send it to your uncles, send it to your father. If you have a son that's 50 uh, and above, if you have, I think I seen your next door neighbor. Your next door neighbor was 50 and above. Send it to him as we grow this page. And I love to encourage everybody. I just have a passion for all my brothers all over the world to encourage them to get out and get healthy. You know, we want to be able to play with our families. We want to be able to hike with our families. We want to be able to camp with our families. We don't want to be, and things happen. Not saying that hiking stops all health issues. Things happen. We get it. But if we can do some preventative things, when those things happen, it might even help not take us completely down. I know a family member of mine had cancer, has cancer, and has had 2 strokes, and they still going, 100%. They still going, and I believe it was because before those things happened, they had 2 strokes and really aggressive form of cancer, and that was discovered almost 30 years ago, and they still going. Well, besides, it's been destined, and for them to still be here, the fact that they still move around driving and all that stuff and all the other things they do is because I believe at the time they were actually a avid bike rider. Blood pressure, when they had their strokes, when the ambulance came, the blood pressure was like 130 something, over 70 something. So we don't know what caused it. We don't know what happened. So whatever it was, I think the reason why they're still here, besides being appointed to be here, was the fact that they had been taking care of themselves, right? Not giving any medical advice, just telling you what really happened. It's a true story. All right, so we're gonna go up that way and try to get some water. And all this walking I did, I know where I got to go back to. And sadly enough, that thought is like, oh, Coy, did you really just do this? But I'm a sacrifice for the brothers, and it's not a huge task. It's just I'm starting at this point. So right now it's a little hard. So I think I'm gonna have y'all walk me up to the store Then after that, I'm going to go over to Facebook Live and encourage them and talk to those men all the way home. Uh, I think I might walk over there too and see what they're doing over there. See if they catching any fish. Y'all see them over there. I'm gonna see if they catching any fish. And the sun is not quite in the west yet. You know, for those who are like my wife who don't really haven't caught that yet, that sun rises in the east, it sets in the west, and of course it's going to the west now, which is that way. So with it being here, we still got a good while of sun left. Because though I work out here and I haven't heard of any dangers, I still don't want to walk out here in the dark. I ain't made it to that point yet, y'all. Barely can see in the daytime. So I don't want to be trying the dark just yet. Please share this with anybody. If you've been here for a second, I hope this doesn't get irritating, but I want to try to grow the page. Please share, subscribe, like, comment even. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you're trying to get healthy. Tell me if you know anybody that you want to send over that want to get healthy. I hear a dog barking. Look at that, it's so beautiful, y'all. What is that out there in the middle of the water? I'm originally from Florida, so it's kind of odd for me to think that there's water with no alligators in it. And I don't believe anything out here, but it's still, in my mind, it's hard for me to believe. Because like they say in Florida, if the water is wet, 9 times out of 10 there's an alligator in there. And so it's hard for me when people feel so comfortable just getting in water. My mind always thinking, hey, oh, y'all see that rabbit? Um, I was sitting here thinking that everywhere you see, you know, there'd be times we used to check our pool. My parents had a pool, lived out in the country. It'd be times that we would jump in the water at night because we didn't have the lights in the pool. We would jump in the water at night and we'll be splashing around like crazy until we find out. I know y'all, it'd been better to find out before we jump in there. We were kids, don't judge us. And then we would swim all night. It was sometimes, we have little traumas in our lives and we can't think of anything good. But those were one of the times of my life I can say was great when I used to go swimming with my brothers and sisters at night. And those weekends, night when our parents wouldn't really bother us about swimming at night. Y'all hear that? I think that's a white-tailed hawk making that sound. Now, I'm not a birder, but I'm almost think I see it up here.